Akijide Akilabi, aka Old Soldier. Keep watching Early Starter on Operatune TV for your top-notch news, security tips, and entertainment. Keep watching Early Starters on Operatune TV.
All right, welcome. You're still watching Early Starters on Operatune TV, and this is the business segment. We'll be representing Mary Agobo this morning, and she's on an assignment. I know some people will be like, where's that lovely, beautiful lady, the Miss Earth? Don't worry, you'll see your Miss Earth very soon. All right, Electron Finance SPV PLC, a wholly owned funding arm of Electron Energy Development Strategies Limited, has announced the launch of a 200 billion naira bond issuance program aimed at boosting Nigeria's energy infrastructure. The funds will finance the development of a 30 megawatt gas-fired embedded generation plant on Victoria Island, Lagos, scheduled to commence commercial operations in 2026. The project will feature 3 high-efficiency 10 megawatt reciprocating gas engines from global energy solution providers, Wärtsilä, supported by a dedicated 5-kilometer distribution network to serve key commercial districts in Victoria Island. It is backed by long-term power purchase agreement with prominent commercial client and the Eco Electricity Distribution Company. The latest bond program follows the successful completion of a 4.64 billion naira 15-year Series 1 senior guaranteed fixed rates infrastructure bond approved by the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is SEC. So businesses around that axis should, be rest assured that they will, enjoy smooth operation of their businesses, and there won't be any such as thing as power failure and epileptic power supply. If you would, subscribe to this SPV, move. And moving on to the next story from our business stories, we have after 2 challenging years of currency volatility and heavy foreign exchange losses, Nigerian companies are posting their strongest cash flow performance on record. Collectively, listed firms generated 2.9 trillion naira in net operating cash flow in the first half of the year, up 140% compared to the same period last year and 14% higher than the entire 2024 full-year figure. Profit after tax across these companies climbed to 1.21 trillion naira, marking a sharp turnaround from the 403 billion naira loss recorded in the same period last year. Analyst says the surge in cash flow will allow companies to expand operations, pay down debts, and reward shareholders through dividends. In the telecom sector, MTN Nigeria posted 956 billion naira in net operating cash flow, more than double its profit for the period, driven by revenue growth, tariff adjustment, and improved foreign exchange conditions. It also says its balance sheet has also strengthened significantly, with negative equity reduced from 458 billion naira at the end of last year to just 42.5 billion naira mid-year. And in the industrial sector, Dangote Cement delivered 874 billion naira in operating cash flow for the half year, up from 412 billion naira in the same period last year, while maintaining strong profitability with 521 billion naira in net income. To tell you that we are somewhat experiencing a boost of economy. And if it is going on like this, that the foreign exchange becomes favorable, then we have a stable economy. As said by what experience,
Just
not from what you are experiencing as a Nigerian.
No, I hope that's
Okay.
just what we've been discussing here since last week. I hope it affects our private economy, what they call HDI, Human
Yes.
Development Index.
Yes.
Don't just tell us things are improving, but in the market we're still seeing funny things around us. So they should do well to improve us the more. And enough of the PPA. You understand? They should also
Yeah,
improve us
enough of
more.
the adverts. Enough of the adverts. Let's not just see it on papers. Let's see it in its realistic form.
Yes.
All right, at the final story from the business segment, we have Bitcoin is trading above 121 $1,700, riding a wave of institutional investment through exchange traded funds that allow investors to gain exposure to the cryptocurrency without holding it directly, which is the ETF. Now, market analyst says Bitcoin is benefiting from strong demand following its latest halving event, a programmed supply cut that occurs every 4 years, combined with the limited total supply of 21 million coins. The surge in ETF adoption now has attracted major traditional financial institutions, turning Bitcoin into a more mainstream and regulated asset class. Meanwhile, El Salvador is moving to establish Bitcoin banks that will offer services in both US dollars and Bitcoin, because I said it before now that all this coin now will still come back to being addressed as US dollars, or will still be put into the United States financial system, because that is where it will best run. They have the professionals, the wherewithals to run all of these things. I'm not talking on all other coins.
But the Bitcoin.
But the Bitcoin.
The Bitcoin is a brainchild from the Americans. And the Bitcoin, it was created not just for cash flow. It was created almost like a bond.
Yes.
You can have it, but you can have a wallet. You understand? You cannot abuse the Bitcoin. You can abuse cash. So they created this, but what baffled a lot of people was Donald Trump using the Bitcoin as a reserve. Donald Trump using the Bitcoin to make the dollar stronger. Donald Trump using the Bitcoin to outweigh.
Really helping the dollars.
It's helping the dollars. And I always tell people this. I say the Asian market is controlled with dollars.
I think the Asian market is where we have the share bull or something.
It's controlled with dollars. And since the Asian market is controlled with dollars, the Bitcoin will always be given more strength. Will give it more power, because, anything that has to do with finance, we have variations. We have both standard variation, we have volatility, we have all those things in the market. But most times, most people don't know that what you learned in school is what is played in the public. So they just wait and say, okay, they just believe that one magic will happen, price will change. These prices are being determined by the big players. And since it's being determined by the big players, I am not surprised, because we know that in American system, politics and economy go in pari passu. So since the Reds are there, which is known as the right-handies, the Republicans, they favor the rich. They favor the rich more than the poor. So the thing there is that Donald Trump is trying to make, he has been doing it, want to make the Bitcoin a very strong currency. And for Bitcoin to rise on that amount, I know when they were begging Bitcoin people for just 10 pounds. Is it 10 cents when it just came out new? They were begging people for Bitcoins. But now they're having Bitcoins bank, they're having Bitcoin revenue, having Bitcoin. So what have you? Bitcoin is overtaking a lot of stuff.
All right, from what you just said, it says this is done in a bid to position the Bitcoin as a global hub for cryptocurrency finance, and the plan targets foreign investment with flexible banking regulations and a minimum $50 million entry requirement for institutional players. However, some economists warn that Bitcoin remains a high-risk asset, with price trends closely linked to the technology sector and vulnerable to speculative bubbles, which is, inflation, and it also, goes down. But whatever it is, when you trade in foreign exchange and coin, you are going to be a baba in the end. We'll go on a short break. After the short break, we'll be looking at the teeth, how you can, take care of your teeth. So Tolu Felicity Nge is going to bring that on board. Right after that, we continue with the program. Please stay tuned.
Hello everyone, my name is Akijide Akilabi, aka Old Soldier. Keep watching Early Starter on Operatune TV for your top-notch news, security tips, and entertainment.